Hi, I'm Ryan Johnson with C2B Solutions, and I'm the founder and developer of Funds for Humanity. I'm an expecting father based out of Dallas, Texas, who is working to build solutions to create a more efficient consumer-to-consumer economy. Have you ever donated to a nonprofit, GoFundMe, or any cause and wondered if and how much of your generosity is actually going to the cause or people who need it? Typically, only 68% of nonprofit donations go to the cause, while the other 32% goes to the fundraisers. The reason for this varies depending on the organization or cause, but oftentimes there is a questionable allocation of these funds, all while donors are left in the dark and the people who need it most are delayed financial assistance. Even for more direct crowdfunding platforms such as GoFundMe or Kickstarter, often have high fees for donors and fundraisers, and the funds can only be allocated to one person or fundraiser at a time. This is a bottleneck and friction between donors and people who need financial assistance, and this can be removed using Funds for Humanity. In 2020, in the United States alone, almost $500 billion was donated to charity. This is an enormous market that could use Funds for Humanity and blockchain innovation to help people, mutual aids, and charities become more efficient, transparent, and ultimately directly help our communities. You may be asking now, what is the solution? Funds for Humanity is a DeFi crowdfund application with transparency for public good. With this application, people, fundraisers, or charities have a fast and easy way to accept and use cryptocurrency as a new alternative to directly help their cause or community. Also, donors can now see exactly where and on what terms their donations are being allocated. That "where is my money going" question has finally been answered. Now that you understand the problem and solution, I am going to show you how to create a Fund for Humanity on Polygon testnet. The required fields that you will need to create a new fund is a name, a website. This is a great place where you can put more information on how to apply to become a beneficiary. The next thing that is required is a payment amount. This is basically determining how much cryptocurrency will be paid out in the time interval that you set. The starting balance minimum is optional. Let's set that to 0. Another great requirement is beneficiary limit. This determines how many people can receive payment based on this interval. The next thing that you want to specify is the beneficiary percent. This determines how much of the payment amount is split between the beneficiaries and how much is going to the fundraiser or owner of the fund. The last thing that you need is to set the pay frequency. This can be set all the way down to the second. For this demo, I'm going to auto start this fund. This means that once there are enough active beneficiaries and there are enough funds to make a payment, the fund will automatically activate for distribution. Now that the fund has been created, let's take a look at the details. In the fund details, you will find all the public information for the terms of how, when, and where donations are allocated. The terms of how payments are distributed cannot be changed, even if the owner wants to. This solidifies trust in the terms of this agreement of this fund. Now, in order to begin distributing payments, we need to do two things: have at least one beneficiary and also enough cryptocurrency in the fund to pay them. So first, I will make a generous donation of 0.1 Matic for easy math. Now that the fund has enough for one payment, the status has updated to funded. Let's add a beneficiary now. Now that the fund has been activated, let's distribute the payments. There are two ways to do this. You can set up a Chainlink Keepers node to automatically distribute funds when the fund is activated and has enough cryptocurrency to distribute, or we can use the manual distribution function to distribute the payments. For this demo, we will manually call this function and withdraw our funds. The payment has now been distributed, so let's connect the beneficiary and withdraw the 90% payment. Okay, great. The beneficiary has received their payment, and this concludes our demo. As exciting as the demo was, this is only the beginning. The next version of Funds for Humanity will have new functionality for new payment types and tokenization. As this application grows, we have the potential to create a new standard for how crowdfunding is done with cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or business or grant opportunities, please contact me at ryan@consumertoblockchainsolutions.com. Thank you for your time.